Hey guys, welcome back to Andy's Dinosaur Reviews, and today we have something unbelievable to take a look at. We have another of the Marco Makes Rubbersaurs, the Series 2 Velociraptor, aka the Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor, has just arrived, and man, I can't even begin to tell you guys how excited I am about it. You can see straight away that the packaging is unbelievable. Like, Marco does an incredible job on his figures continuously, but I feel like one thing that is never truly touched upon with the amount of respect that it deserves is the packaging that he has for his Rubbersaurs. Like, when it comes to a beautiful Kenner nostalgic feel and exactly the type of look that you would want for a Jurassic Park style background and packaging, this is exactly it. You can see we've got the Rubbersaurs logo in the top left-hand corner, Series 2, collectible rubber dinosaur model in the top right-hand corner, and then posable Velociraptor there on the bottom, as well as handmade in England by Marco Makes, not suitable for children, for adult collectors only, and we also have the Marco Makes logo right there. And then when we turn it around, we have a gorgeous image here from A Scene is Born, who is definitely one of the best, I would say, in the entire world when it comes to dinosaur toy photography. It looks incredible here on the back of this box. And again, Series 2, Rubbersaurs, we've got all of that information. And then down here, we have more information on the Raptor, as well as subscribe to Marco Makes on YouTube, follow Marco Cavassa on Instagram, like Marco Makes on Facebook, support Marco Makes on Patreon, and purchase more figures of Marco Makes on Etsy. And then we also have thanks to Sora for molding and Alex for casting. And then again, the information on the photography here on the back of the box, which is from A Scene is Born on Instagram. I highly recommend checking him out because he has incredible dinosaur toy photography continuously, and you can quite clearly see that right there with that beautiful image. So I am extremely excited to pop this out of the packaging and get a closer look at it. So let's go ahead and do that very carefully right now. So before we bring the Raptor in, I do also want to show you what else was in the packaging. We also have, dear subscriber, thank you for purchasing this model. By doing so, you are contributing to my channel and helping it evolve and improve the quality of my videos and of my work. I hope you enjoy this model, which was made with care. There have been many hours of sculpting and many years of experience and studies behind the making. Thanks for your support, Marco Makes. And we have the information down here as far as all of the different Marco Makes social media pages. And we also have an absolutely awesome Rubbersaurs and Marco Makes sticker. Well, 2 stickers. So definitely going to throw these over in my area where I keep all of my Marco Makes figures and allow these to sit there in an awesome Marco Makes display. And then we have the Raptor itself, and man, is that ever incredible. Like, undoubtedly the best Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor that I have in my collection and that I have ever seen in person. This thing is just beautiful. Man, I am just flabbergasted by how good of a job Marco has done on this. I have the Series 1 Velociraptor, which is the Jurassic Park Velociraptor, but my favorite Raptors of all of the different series of films is the Lost World Jurassic Park Raptors, actually closely followed by the JP3 Raptors. I'm a big fan of those as well, which I actually do have JP3 Raptors from Marco. I have the Jurassic Park Series 1 Raptor, Rubbersaurs from Marco, and now I have this one. This one, which is the Series 2, obviously, and the Lost World Jurassic Park style Tiger Striped Raptor, is actually a 3D sculpted model. The older JP3 Raptors that I have from Marco were the regular hand-sculpted style that he used to consistently use when creating his Rubbersaurs, but he now has the ability to 3D sculpt, and I feel like somehow his sculpts are better now, even with the 3D sculpting. Like, his sculpts were incredible before when he was doing it all by hand, but now that he has upgraded to 3D technology, he can really iron out his craft and, sculpt the absolute most perfect renditions of the different dinosaurs, and that is easily what I see here. Like, this thing is just unbelievable in hand. The type of Jurassic Park collectibles that us adult collectors dream of owning. So let's go ahead and jump straight to a closer look at this fantastic Velociraptor. So starting up here at the head sculpt of our Raptor, you can see that the skin texture looks phenomenal. His detailing is always incredibly vibrant on his sculpts, and you can definitely see that here throughout the course of, especially right here in the face and the lower jaw specifically. Like, look at that really nice detailing here on the lower jaw. You also have some beautiful, very fine detail there around the eye. The nostrils are sculpted out here and highlighted very nicely with a darker coloration. And you have the exact same appearance to the Lost World Jurassic Park raptor here, painted perfectly on the part of Marco with the really nice tones of oranges and yellows and whites, and then the black stripes kind of running down here into the face. You've also got some of that nice purple there around the eye. You even have some more of those stripes here kind of running along the jawline of the raptor, which is all exactly what you see on a Lost World Jurassic Park Tiger Striped Raptor. He has captured the overall feeling, appearance, and paint job perfectly in his Rubbersaurs version. You can see that we have an articulated jaw, which is one of the many exciting features of this figure, and on the inside of the mouth, you have a very nice realistic tone of color, a pinkish tone for the inside of the mouth. Also has a little bit of a glossy look, which is also very nice. Nice to see a little saliva-like look on the inside of the mouth, and you can see the teeth are all sculpted very nicely and all painted individually and very nicely. Every tooth looks extremely nice, which I feel like makes the figure with the mouth open just look amazing. Look at that. That looks absolutely awesome. I think to have this one on display, if I keep it out of the packaging is just so beautiful. I don't know. I always want to take them out of the packaging and keep them out on display standing there because they look so cool, and I would like to have them kind of in a line because I have this and then the older raptors and the Dilophosaurus and then the Series 1 Velociraptor. Like, I would love to have them all in a line, but if I keep this one out of the packaging, definitely going to keep it positioned and displayed with the mouth open. I think it looks awesome like that. But again, as you see here, you can go up to the top of the head. You start to see some more really nice scale detail here on the top of the head. As we move back into the neck, you get all kinds of creasing as you run down the course of the neck, as well as some more incredible paintwork with those very nice tones of yellows and oranges, and then the black stripes. Again, that tiger stripe appearance for the Velociraptor. You can also see some nice detailing here on the underside of the lower jaw leading down into the throat. Some more nice creasing as you lead down the throat, as well as the throat itself nicely highlighted. And then some more skin wrinkles here as we move down the course of the neck. And then as you reach the body, you can see the spinal column here running along the back of the raptor. Marco has done a phenomenal job of highlighting that area, and then as you move down here into the arm does sport some very nice muscle definition. We continue to have more of those stripes running down the course of the arm, exactly again as you see on the raptors in the film. You also can see the elbow sculpted very nicely, and then we've got those classic Jurassic Park style Velociraptor hands right there, and he's even painted these perfectly, like absolutely perfectly. If my camera would stay focused on it, you can see how there's like the variations of oranges, like the very dark orange and then blacks and stuff that kind of stripe through and transition back and forth. And then we reach the nails. The nails look fantastic. Nice glossy black that he has used for the nails so that they look very realistic and really quite high quality. And then as we move up here, you can see some beautiful detailing here in the stomach region, lots of really nice skin wrinkles and stuff in the lower part of the stomach. As you move up into the stomach region, you can see more really nice skin detail, skin texture, and beautiful scaling throughout the course of the raptor. And we continue on with those fantastic black stripes running the course of the raptor. And then as we move down into the thigh, you can absolutely see that it is a very muscular thigh. These raptors were very fast dinosaurs, obviously did a lot of running. You would see a lot of muscle definition in the legs of these dinosaurs, and you do see that perfectly here, again sculpted out by Marco. As you move down, you can see the kneecap, and then the very nice big bulging calf muscle. Again, more muscle definition in the leg is exactly what you would expect to see on a Jurassic Park style raptor. And you can also take note of the fact that the black stripes again run down the course of the leg. As you move down here into the foot sculpt is picture perfect to what you would see on a Jurassic Park style Velociraptor. Again, the nails are all painted very nicely with that really nice tone of black. And then if we move the foot out of the way, we do actually, we'll just move it forward, probably be better to get a nice shot of it. We've got the dew claw back here, which of course is also painted. Marco never skipping out anywhere, always giving us the highest of quality product when it comes to his Rubbersaurs. And as you move out the length of the tail, you can see again more really nice detailing, really smooth transitions in his paintwork as well. When you run from the dark orange to the yellow and then down to the white on the underside. It's all incredibly smooth, natural, and very realistic. And then you move out the length of the tail, and the tail kind of leads out in an upward position and then kind of curves down near the end, which I also think is great. I love the fact that you can articulate these figures, but even if you choose not to, like, you can just leave them in this really nice stagnant pose. They always have fantastic balance, but I actually really quite like the stagnant pose where they're just kind of displayed like this, because it always reminds me of older, like, promotional art for Jurassic Park and all of the films following, where they just kind of have the dinosaur in like a very neutral position, just kind of a profile shot for the dinosaur. I love that these look like that. But you can again see over here the head sculpt looks great. And one thing you're always going to find when it comes to a Marco Mix figure is accuracy. And there's always slight differences between every film's Velociraptors. And you can see that when it comes to what a Lost World Jurassic Park Raptor looks like, absolutely perfect when it comes to this head sculpt. It does not get any better when it comes to a JP head sculpt on the Raptors than Marco makes currently, because he is almost like a historian, I would say, when it comes to Jurassic Park Velociraptors. And then you can see here as we move back along, again, the sculpt continues to look pretty much like what we had just seen on the other side. Very, very precise sculpting and painting on the part of Marco, and you can see all of the paintwork looks just as fantastic over here as it did on the initial side. Again, the hands look great. You can see the fingers are in slightly different positions as it's hanging here, but the hands, I think, are exactly the same potentially, or very similar at the very least when it comes to the positioning of the fingers and everything. And again, as you move along, you can see the detailing in the stomach continues to look absolutely beautiful. The paintwork is just phenomenal. Everywhere I look, this is definitely my favorite Marco Makes Velociraptor that I have in my collection. There's no questions asked. Again, the Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptors are my favorite. I think the overall appearance of them was just so cool, so flashy, but so naturalistic, just insanely appealing to the eye. And Marco has 110% captured it perfectly here in his Rubbersaurs version. Definitely giving me my best Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor in my collection, but quite possibly my new favorite Velociraptor overall in my collection. Just an unbelievably gorgeous version of a Lost World Raptor. And again, you can now see how nice the balance is. Like, that stands perfectly, again, in that really cool neutral position, looking basically like promotional art for the Lost World Jurassic Park. I absolutely love that. But again, you do have the articulation of the Raptor, which we saw the articulated jaw already. Incredibly smooth, works perfectly. We also have the articulation in the arms, so you can move the arms up or back, hold them nice and natural into the body. And then you have the articulation here in the legs, which also works very smoothly. Both legs, they both work great. And the figure as a whole is, again, a Rubbersaurs, so it's pretty bendable. You can move the tail and everything all around however you would like, which is also another part of the appeal factor of these figures. As far as a size goes, man, look at that. I just can't get over how beautiful this is. For a length, you are looking at right around the 9-inch mark, or about 23 centimeters. And then for a height in the positioning that it's standing in currently, you're looking at just shy of about 3.5 inches or 9 centimeters. I could definitely get it to position the body up a little bit higher where it would have reached that point. So see, you can move the Raptor and stand it basically however you would like. It was slightly down a little bit, so now it would be about the 3, and I'd say, let me bring this back in actually, about, man, I'm gonna guess 3 3/4 inches, somewhere around there. Yep, absolutely. So 3 3/4 inches, or around 9.5 centimeters now when it's positioned like that. But for a size comparison, there is Mr. Papo T-Rex, the Attack Pack Colovosaurus, and Robert Muldoon meeting a Velociraptor he never had the displeasure of meeting. And you can see that these figures all look really nice in comparison to each other, but also helps to give you a pretty good idea of the size. I feel like Muldoon makes an awesome stand-in with these Raptors, even though he wasn't in the Lost World Jurassic Park, never had an opportunity to meet the style of Raptors that we see in that film. With the Tiger Striped version, he does look really cool there in comparison to them. But again, showing you that as far as the size goes, this Raptor falls right in the same size range as the previous Rubbersaurs Raptors. And for another comparison, I'm not actually going to take it out of the packaging right now because I love having it in the packaging, but there is the Series 1 Rubbersaurs Velociraptor, the Jurassic Park style Raptor, in comparison to the Series 2, which is the Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor, and you can see that both again are absolutely awesome, and you can see that both as well are perfect when it comes to appearing exactly like the specific raptor it is meant to recreate. Whether it's the original Jurassic Park raptor up there, the head sculpt again would be slightly different in comparison to what we see here on the Lost World Jurassic Park version. And when it comes to these style raptors, both I would say are my favorite versions of each in my collection. And then for one more comparison, we have the Jurassic Park 3 Rubbersaurs Velociraptors that I have from Marco Makes in comparison to the newer release with the Lost World Jurassic Park Series 2 Rubbersaurs Velociraptor. And these ones here were the hand-sculpted versions from Marco, whereas this is the newer 3D sculpted. What's really impressive to me is when you look at them together, like, you really don't see that much of a difference in quality, like, as far as the sculpt. Like, it's amazing to me how good Marco's hand-sculpted figures were, that they can compete so wonderfully with 3D sculpted figures. Like, you would expect 3D sculpted figures to be, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I feel like 3D sculpted might look better than hand-sculpted at times, because you just have the ability to create your sculpt perfectly, but yet Marco's hand sculpted figures still look insanely awesome, and I would say just as beautiful as the newer versions, the 3D sculpted versions, really showing off just how impressive Marco is as an overall artist, and when it comes to his older hand sculpted figures, whereas again his newer ones I would say are definitely a little bit better when it comes to the overall detailing and everything, but I wouldn't say that they're drastically different or anything when it comes to the quality, because Marco's older stuff was just as impressive, I think, as his newer stuff. Really, again, showing off how unbelievable of an artist he truly is. So this brand new Marco Makes Series 2 Rubbersaurs Velociraptor, the Lost World Jurassic Park Tiger Striped Velociraptor, is definitely one of my most prized possessions now in my collection. I love the fact that I am getting a pretty good collection of Marco Makes stuff, because there was a time where I would just watch Marco on YouTube, and I was always so incredibly impressed with his abilities and always wanted to own at least one of his figures. And now I have quite a lot of them, and I must say it is probably one of my favorite things in the world to collect our Marco Makes figures, because I love having stuff that isn't all that common. I love having figures that are sculpted and created out of love from a fan to a fan. Marco is a huge Jurassic Park fan, obviously. You can tell that just by watching his YouTube channel. So you know he's going to put every ounce of that love into everything that he creates, and he has done that since the very first figure that I purchased from him, and he still does that all the way up until now. And you can see that when it comes to a Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor, it really doesn't get any better than this. This thing is sculpted to the max, whether it's the really nice, really fine detail or just the overall appearance of the figure looking so screen accurate. This thing is absolutely perfect when it comes to what a Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor looks like sculpt-wise. But it doesn't just stop when it comes to the sculpt. His paint job as well is perfect to what a Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor looks like. He has nailed it in every aspect of this figure when it comes to the paintwork. The tones of orange are perfect. The design of the striping looks perfect. The head sculpt, as far as like the different varying colors and designs, all perfect. He really does outdo himself, I think, with every single release, and he has yet again with this Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor. And it's really tough to say now, having so many Marco figures in my collection, which I don't have a million, but I have a good bit. It's really tough to say this, but I would say that this Lost World Jurassic Park Raptor is my favorite piece from Marco, because it's just my favorite version of a Velociraptor from any of the Jurassic series, and with how perfectly he has captured it here, I'm just overall pretty much in awe at the beauty of this figure. And then you also have some really cool articulation. Something I do want to touch upon and not miss out on is the fact that we have articulated arms, legs, and a jaw, and then the ability to kind of bend the figure a little bit with the rubber feel. So, unbelievable figure yet again on the part of Marco Makes, and another figure entering my collection with pride. My Marco Makes collection continues to grow, and I couldn't be more proud of that fact. This is a beautiful Velociraptor. I do believe Marco is going to be creating more of these very soon, so if you are interested in picking this up, it's a little tough to get a hold of them at times. You really have to be ready to purchase immediately when they go up on his Etsy shop because they sell out like almost instantly. So if you are interested, make sure you follow Marco on all of his social media outlets. That's the best way to keep up to date with his Etsy shop sales. And on top of following his social media accounts, make sure you subscribe to Marco on YouTube. If you are subscribed to him, you hit the bell to be notified of every time he uploads a video, and you follow his social media accounts, you'll definitely know when these raptors are going up for sale on his Etsy shop. He does have all kinds of other stuff as well as other figures and everything on his Etsy shop quite often, so you can pick up some other stuff as well. But as far as this particular raptor, again, make sure you follow him on YouTube as well as his social media outlets. I will include links in the description to all of that stuff as well as his Etsy shop. And when I know for sure that more of these go up for sale, I'll definitely let you guys know either in a news video or at the very least if it's kind of abrupt in the community section here on the channel. So make sure you're subscribed to me as well. But make sure again, if you do have the opportunity to pick this up, you do in fact grab it because it is a beautiful Lost World Jurassic Park Velociraptor. And make sure you also like, comment, and subscribe. And I will see you in the next review. Thanks for watching.